Hi YouTube. This won't be a long video, but I did want to just share some of my thoughts on Father's Day, and so yeah. I don't even know what to say. So my parents are divorced, and how the divorce sort of worked out was that me and my siblings stayed with my mother, and my father just sort of abandoned us and left our life. That's a little dramatic. So we had scheduled weekends where we would stay with him, and then one weekday that we would stay with him. And since the divorce, our relationship with him has been rough, I'll say. But instead of focusing on the past, which I sometimes do, I wanted to reflect on what my relationship with my father looks like now. Since coming out to him, so first of all, when I came out to him, he told me how he'll always love me and that I'll always be his child, which is really encouraging. But I feel like it's hard to not erase or negate the fact that he's sort of just left our family and then left my mother to deal with everything that comes with raising kids. And I mean, I didn't know everything that was happening, but at the same time, I saw how he was treating her, and I'm a believer in looking at people's patterns rather than just listening to their words. So he might say things like, I love you and you'll always be my child, but then it's practice what you preach. If you actually love me, why aren't you more present in our lives? And so that's where I'm at now, to where I'm just it's hard for me to literally, I forgot Father's Day was even this weekend, because it's hard for me to have any sort of care or, I don't know, any sort of emotions towards you whenever you're not there, whenever you don't show me that you care, or whenever you don't show me that you love me. And I mean, realistically, a relationship does go both ways, so maybe I haven't been doing that to him either. But as a parent, I feel like he definitely takes on the approach of thinking that parenting is optional, whenever my mother isn't given that that privilege. She has been and will always be there for me and my sisters. If you watch my Mother's Day video, I have a lot of other thoughts about this too, a lot of negative thoughts about this, but I will say that she's been there through it all. Even if she doesn't agree with me being trans because of her religious whatever, she's still been the one to take care of me, or to check in on me, or to make sure that I'm okay. And I feel like he can't say the same. So yeah, it's hard to care about or even think of a father who's literally absent in your life. And I don't know if that's really a negative, because with my mother, I feel like there's a lot of negative emotions that she evokes because there's so much hatred. But I know that how strongly she feels about my lifestyle choices come from a place of her wanting me to go to heaven, or her wanting me to make it to see God. It comes from this other place, whereas him, he's not very religious, and I just don't know what's his reasoning for being sort of out of my life. And I do think that as an adult, he's very much hands off, because he's you're grown, go make your own life decisions. But whenever he left when I was 16 to me going into college, what was your excuse then? And then even with my siblings, he mostly only will contact them if they contact him. And there's a lot of it's a much more nuanced situation than what I'm willing to explain here. But still, it's hard to say much about someone who's not really there. So yeah. Wow. My skin is getting over a sunburn that I got from Pride, and I'm stressed, so I have pimples on my face and I need a haircut. But anyways, I had mentioned the question what do I want from our relationship for the Mother's Day video, so I wanted to answer that here as well. I think I just want a father who's like present and attentive in my life. And there's some things that y'all don't know, which is intentional. So I do see in the future my father being much more involved and much more like present when it comes to like me and my growth. What else? I think I want him to care about me outside of the... So currently, he may not know that I know, but I know that he only texts me whenever someone from his family like texts him that, oh, better go check on your kid because they're posting da-da-da-da on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And I don't think he realizes that like I can tell that, oh, when I post this video where I'm talking about you, you then reach out to me. Like that's and that's really annoying because it's like the only time that he's reaching out to me is whenever I like make him look bad to his family, which is like, come on now, like your care should go a little bit further than that. So working on that would be great. And I mean, if you're watching this, happy Father's Day. Give me a call. What else? Yeah, that's about it. I don't know, just a father who's like present and cares would be cool. As far as advice to other trans people who are having a hard time at Father's Day, I don't know if I mean, I said it in the Mother's Day video too, how it's just helpful to write down your feelings, and it's helpful to just sort of like understand your feelings about that relationship, and to then also like know for yourself what you want from that relationship, and then recognize what they're able to give you. And I think that's probably the hardest part, especially with like me and my mother's relationship. What I want from her and what she's able to give me isn't the same, and I don't think will ever be the same. So yeah, you can do that. Kudos to you. I feel like this video is going everywhere, so I think I'm gonna end it there. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers who are wonderful and accepting of their LGBTQIA+ kids, and happy Father's Day especially to the trans dads out there. Yeah, that's about it. Have a great week, y'all. Bye.